Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. I meant to have this thing going. Okay, we got it going now. Okay. Yeah. Yesterday was a strange day. First of all, my video ended up being twice as long as I normally like to have it. I think it was like 50 minutes. I could not believe it when I went to do the final edit. And it took a little longer to upload because it was extra long. Anyway, here's what's happened that was unusual. I got a phone call from my son, and he was reminding me that my grandchildren were going to be having their Christmas program last night. And I said, "Oh, thanks for reminding me. I'd forgotten," and I actually did. So I'm sitting here at the model table, and I look out at my car, which you can't see because earlier I pulled the curtain open a little bit, and it was still dark outside, so I shut it again. Anyway, and my car's covered with snow, and I'm starting to think out loud, and I say, my car's all covered with snow, I'm going to have to get it cleaned off, and he says, "I'll come by and clean it off for you after work." So normally I don't accept that sort of thing, but I thought, okay, all right, if you don't mind, that'd be nice, because he'd do a much better job, and it'd be easier for him than for me. Okay, so that's fine. He's going to come by. And probably about 10 minutes later, I'm sitting here, and I think I was working on this thing. I'm not sure. Yeah, I must have been, because that's all I did yesterday. Anyway, and so I see Missy the dog coming for her afternoon treat. I think it must have been around 1 o'clock, I guess, in the afternoon, something like that. Anyway, I go to get up, and instantly I'm reminded that my knee started hurting the day before yesterday and was getting progressively worse, to the point that yesterday I was walking around and I was using my cane and my walker to keep the weight off. It was really hurting. I thought, oh my goodness, when I was talking to Phil earlier, I'd forgotten about the fact that my knee was hurting, because sitting here at the model table, it doesn't hurt. And so I phoned him back and I said, I'm going to have to cancel, because, I'd have to, walk around in the parking lot, and the place where the Christmas program was going to be, I'd have stairs to navigate. Well, they do have an elevator. But anyway, yeah, so I just thought, there's just too much hassle. And so I figured my granddaughter, who was going to have a little part in it, she probably won't remember that Grandpa wasn't there anyway. Or maybe she will. Especially if she watches my model ship shows, because I'm telling her. Anyway, well, I phoned Phil back, and he says, well, there's going to be another one next week. I think he thinks Wednesday or Thursday, and it's going to be in the afternoon. And so I'm thinking, well, maybe by then my knee will be better. And so the gist of it is I'm probably going to get to go to the afternoon one next week, all being well, weather permitting. I know I complain about the weather a lot, but I'm finding the winter's really hard here in Winnipeg. And I am so looking forward to next April when the snow goes. Anyway, so that happened. I came back to the model table last night. I have finished this. It's just let me move it here so that you can see. Okay. Okay, we got it like that. I don't know how I can adjust this thing so that you can see it different ways. Whoops. Okay, we got it like that. Now turn it the other way. I think I did a fairly good job. I did take my sanding stick, and I went and I got a lot of the rough edges off of the frame. I guess you call it the frame that's holding it. I think I did pretty good on that. It's not perfect by any means, especially when you're seeing it up close like that. You're seeing every little flaw. But okay, we got that done. We've got our two guns done. In other words, we have finished step 55. We have finished step 55. There's nothing more to do on step 55 except paint these things. Okay, now we're going to be going on to step 56. And in 56, I think we're going to be making parts that are also going to be painted sprayed the 388 or 3. The 338. Okay. So I'm thinking I may as well do them all at the same time. You know how I love to have to set up my spray stuff and clean up and stuff like that. It's a real joy. Okay, we are now on step 56, and we will get at it here. I think I'm wasting a lot of time, and I'm going to end up with another 50-minute episode here. Oh, another thing that happened yesterday that was funny. I had said to you, we're having a nice sunrise, remember that? And my intention at that moment was to go and process it and dub it in. I completely forgot. And at the end of the episode, how many of you noticed that I forgot to dub in my theme song that I always end up with? My goodness. It just was a comedy of errors yesterday for me. Things like that bother me. So here is yesterday morning's sunrise, just quickly. Sped up 100 times. Okay, now we are working on the conning tower, or parts of the conning tower. It looks like this is going to be part of the periscope, the very first thing in 56 here. I think that is, I don't know which periscope we're making. Apparently there are two. One for looking around and another for aiming the torpedoes, I think. Oh, there was something I was going to mention. Oh, about this basket. One of the viewers commented and said that the reason that they had this basket was not because they wanted to recycle the shells, but because they didn't want the shells spewing around all over the deck. And I did think about that when I first realized that this thing had a basket. I thought, well, I guess they don't want the shells, going around. And I thought, well, they just wash off into the ocean anyway. But actually, on a submarine, there's a whole bunch of little nooks and crannies and places like that where these things could get down into, and I can see where they could really wreak havoc if they got down into where maybe there was a valve that opened and closed for whatever reason. That could be a bit of a problem. Although, mind you, I think they also had this basket on the same kind of gun that when it would be mounted on a truck, but I might be wrong about that. Maybe it was only on the submarine. Anyway, it wasn't to catch fish. I like that one, Corey. I like that one. Okay, let's recompose here and get our parts here. We need the A sprue, the D sprue. I guess we're going to need B sprue, E sprue. Let's get at it and have some fun today. Come on in. Come on in. Well, it's a little warmer today.
Oh yeah, she's just hopping. I'm puffing trying to keep up with her.
All right. I think I just looked at my thermometer there at the model table, and it said -6. So it's quite a change from what we had. You are just so fast, Missy.
Well, I've been doing my post-hip surgery exercises, some of them. And today, for the first time in over 2 years, I put on my sock on my right foot without using the sock holder.
Oh my goodness.
So, I mean, actually, it doesn't sound like much, but it's a big thing.
Well, I've been using a sock donner. I think they call it, I call it a sock donner, for going on close to 10 years now.
Well, you get saphenous vein reduction. You might not have to use it anymore. Well, you never used to use it.
Yeah, that's right.
When your legs were normal size.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see what happens.
Your feet were normal size?
Oh, my knee is a little better this morning.
Yeah, I see your cane isn't there.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know where my cane is. I have to go looking for it. I hope I don't need it.
You'll need another cane to go looking for the cane you've got.
Yeah. Like having to have a pair of glasses to find my glasses.
I don't think I had the hair on my head going in the same direction.
Me neither.
You're very smooth. You're very smooth, dude. Very smooth looking haircut. I'm having a little trouble with the glare, but that's okay.
The glare. Well, at least I didn't wax my head.
That's true. Don't need to.
Okay, Itchy.
Gotta put some ointment in her ears.
I'm wondering if maybe she's getting a little bit of a problem.
Yeah. I get inside and
Yeah, because that's.
I'll hold her on my lap and
Because she's really working at it there, so.
Yeah.
You're really working at it, weren't you? Thank you for coming, Missy. Yeah, thanks for coming.
She knows now that she's supposed to come and say goodbye to you before she leaves.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she's got a routine going.
She got a routine, that's right. Thanks, Ron.
Okay, we'll see you.
Thanks, Ron.
Okay, thank you. Bye, Missy. Yeah, the door's closing all by itself now. Warming up. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay. Now, a few moments ago, just before Missy came, I was looking for the A sprue, and the A sprue turns out to be clear. And I'm noticing that this is broken off here. I think it, if I remember right, it was broken off already in when we first looked at this. But I don't think it did any damage here on the top where the connection came off. I'm wondering maybe I should just take this whole piece right off. Now you notice that this part of the conning tower is clear, and that is the far side. So you would think that we would want to be looking in on the because this side of the conning tower is opaque. So I think that maybe what I might do in the case that I make, I might put a mirror on the back side of the case, so that anything that like this that we'd want to see through, because there is going to be detail that we'd want to be able to see. Now, it seems to me that somebody else who had made this submarine, what they did was on the part of the conning tower that's on this side, they cut a window so that you could actually see in. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I had thought about it, but I think I like the mirror idea, even if it is not a full length mirror, just enough so that you can see what's going on in here, because we'll undoubtedly have an LED light, at least one, illuminating the detail. Well, we'll see what happens. That's going to be a long ways down the road. And this right here is part of the platform that this gun goes on. So, yeah. Anyway, what we need here is A2. And when I first grabbed this sprue, I thought it's missing. Well, it's because it actually blended in. Okay, this is a number 4, and this is the number 2. So this is the A2 right here. Now, but my experience with clear plastic is it is much more brittle than the colored plastic. Okay, so we've got our A2. We'll very carefully clean it up. There must be a reason why they have it clear. Now, the whole thing is not going to be clear, but maybe they wanted to keep this part at the top clear. That makes sense, to simulate the optics looking out. I don't think it would have been clear all the way around. Yeah, they didn't have 360 cameras back then. Well, like they probably did, but not the way we have them now. Okay, what else do we need here? Well, we need the D8 and the D9. So, well, let's get them. Okay, I went ahead and got the A3, which is another clear piece. Now we need the D8 and the D9. Okay, it's pretty easy to see how those are going to go together. Moving right along here, and now we need some small stuff over here. Also on the D sprue. May as well grab as long as we've got the D sprue going on here. The D3. I could be wrong, but I think it's a little seat with a little backrest. That's what it looks like. Speaking of backrests, I was noticing you can get a backrest to plug into the saddle on the Honda Goldwing. I'm not talking about the big one that's on the back of the seat. There's a little trunk and everything. Or I'm talking about just a backrest. It sort of plugs into the seat, kind of like a yeah. Anyway, it looks a lot like that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's supposed to be a seat. Now we need a B15, which is this wheel right here. Seems to me we talked about that wheel once before. I said I'll take this one and leave this one. So here's where we need the other one. Oops. That's okay. We got it. All right. Now we need a B1, which is this one. There we go. Hold it down so I don't have to go chasing it. And then we need 2 B4s. B4. Oh, here they are. I'm going to use I'm going to use these ones right here. Try and nip as close as I can to the Boy, these are small. They're sticking to the cutter. I must have some sort of gum of some kind on the cutter. Okay, now let's get these into tins, because otherwise we're going to end up losing those. I think we're done with the B sprue, at least for this section we're in right now of 56. No, I stand corrected. Well, first of all, let's just move these here very carefully. I can't even pick them up. They're so small. I have to be careful when I glue them down that I don't use too much extra thin, or they'll just completely dissolve. One drop of extra thin and probably dissolve it. Now, what did I say I needed? Oh yeah, the B12. Oh, we may as well have grabbed it. It was on the same section as that wheel, so I might as well just grab it here. Okay. And I think there was something else on the B sprue. Okay, we got the B1, we got the 12. I'm just going to push stop here and see if there's anything else on the B sprue. I don't think so. Okay. B25 and B26. Okay, and once again, it's pretty easy to see how these go together. Anything else on the B sprue now? Oh, we're on the E sprue. Okay, now for the C sprue. We need number 32. And 33. Okay. There's detail on the inside of that. I wonder how I'm going to deal with that now. This detail may not be seen because it's going to be the top of the conning tower, so I don't see how it could possibly be seen unless a person hooked in a bunch of mirrors. But it's nice that it's there. Okay, got that. Now there's more stuff on the C sprue as well we need. Okay, I just nipped off 36 and 37 here, and then realized I forgot to push record. But that's okay. I don't know what this is. It's got an awful lot of little dials or buttons or something on it. Maybe when we place it, we'll be able to figure out what it is. Okay, I think there's more stuff on the C sprue we need as well. Okay, I just double checked. This time I remembered to press record. We need 4 number 13s. I got a feeling we're going to be dealing with decals pretty soon here. Wouldn't we need decals for these? I better check that out. Okay, I just checked the manual. We need number 35. And I think this is the last piece, C18. Kind of reminds me of that one of those pieces we put on the gun that we made the other day. Now the manual is calling for one more piece, a Z1, and it's a light, and we are not going to be using this. We'll be using an LED, so we'll be drilling a hole down in here when the time comes. Obviously, none of the flashing is cleaned off yet. Guess I'll be doing that next, but I don't think it's going to be this afternoon. My clock just gonged at 2, And these little pieces right here, I have to figure out what is flashing and what isn't flashing. Yeah, I'll have to be very careful with those. Okay, enough playing with them. I think that's about it. So thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.